Hey guys, hope you're all having an awesome weekend. So we're gonna do an energy check-in, see what messages we get. I'm gonna try to do this reading around this weekend and the full moon, because the full moon starts tonight. So kind of what is can't even talk. We're like 15 seconds in, transitioning with the full moon and like what is going on. I'm definitely seeing the word like illusions. I'm seeing like there's going to be some clarity. Definitely I'm getting closure in relationships that have ended in the last few months. There's going to be some type of closure and some type of clarity. Something with you understanding lessons and stuff. Some people are like near the end of a cycle or ending a cycle. And with that, something else is on the other side of that. So something positive is going to be coming up. You'll probably be seeing spirit numbers or angel numbers specifically around what is coming for you. Even if there's nothing in front of you that's really showing that. I do get a lot of you guys are still in the void energy. I am too, so welcome. Because they're wanting you to work through the lessons and they're wanting you to work through the stuff to build that strength, to have those tools that are going to help you with this future endeavor. So there's going to be something that has to do with part of your purpose or your life path or relationship or things like that. And you're needing to gain this knowledge, this understanding, but also this releasing and clearing of certain belief systems, certain behaviors, certain ways of processing things, and things like that to help you with this future situation, this future endeavor, whatever it might be for everybody. Definitely abundance is coming for a lot of people. Abundance is going to be different for everybody and what that means. They're showing me like a lock and like a key, like unlocking it and opening something. So it almost feels like, and it's a heart-shaped lock. It looks like a heart-shaped lock and it's like there's a key going in and it's unlocking. To me, that feels, they're not really giving me the answer with that, but it feels very metaphorical. Like some of you guys might be opening your heart up, or you might be like unlocking, you know, a part of your heart or something like that, like putting your walls down and being vulnerable. But it's weird the way they showed it to me, because they didn't show it to me in that way. So I'm not fully sure. That's just me guessing what that means. I guess it could be like a symbol for somebody, or you might actually see that in like the next few weeks too, especially if this message is for you, where you're gonna see like a heart-shaped locked with like the key and opening it. So that's kind of cool. And I'm also seeing like a green heart right now too. So I'm guessing maybe those are messages for people. They do that sometimes where they give me messages for people. So, all right. There's definitely going to be a lot of clarity that's going to be coming in. It's coming in bits and pieces. Like they're showing me like the puzzle. It's coming in bits and pieces and you're getting it as you need it. They're saying like you are getting it as you need it. We are still going through some of the waves, but it feels like they've kind of calm down a little bit, or you've been able to handle them a little bit better. Definitely something with surrendering and trust and accepting and releasing control. A lot of people have been working on that recently, and it seems like a lot of those lessons have been overcome. So, all right. Wow, we got King of Raphael. I feel like I never pull that card. Okay, now I'm really interested in what these cards are. Ooh, that one just flew out. The wheel card just flew out. I don't know if you just saw that. Like they literally just flew out. Okay, we got a lot of Archangel Raphael today. So we got 8 of Ariel on the bottom. I just get spiritual guidance and wisdom with this, and I love that because we have Highest Priestess right underneath that. Something where you're being guided by people. It's interesting because I actually get the Divine Masculine as being guided by like an earth angel or the Divine Feminine, or even like a mother figure or some type of female, or it could just be even his own like feminine energy. Some of them it's definitely like a spirit guide or like a ancestor or somebody, but definitely opening themselves up and exploring more of the spiritual worlds, opening themselves up to, also I'm hearing like love and opening themselves up. So I love Highest Priestess is at the bottom, like right underneath that too. So we got King of Raphael in peace. I'm going to read you the card. It says, yes, it is safe to trust. The ability to accomplish many things at once, follow your creative passions. But with the King of Raphael, it's warm, generous, honorable, and refined. And you get the Peace card, which is Major Arcana. Release the past. There is a more enriching future coming. Let go and let God. What I actually get is this is you opening yourself up and standing in your power. This definitely feels very masculine though. So it could be you standing in your masculine energy, or in your masculine energy, it not being wounded and it being like calm and healthy or something like that. But for some people, it actually feels like the masculine energy themselves. And it's coming into this power, this internal power, and coming to peace with the past. It feels like a lot of clearing is going on and releasing of the past, like the mistakes that they've made. So you could be a woman watching this and you could still have, you know, the same energy going on, or it could be like somebody you're partnered with or something like that. But there's definitely something with it, but it does very much feel like masculine energy, like for sure. So like releasing the past, like seeing their own mistakes, seeing like areas specifically. What I'm getting is like where they listen to other people instead of following their path, where they listen to other people instead of following their truth. It feels like some of them have blockages with actually opening themselves up to like full messages or spirit messages, because they're holding on to some fears from the past. I'm hearing a lot of worthiness issues, like feeling worthy, feeling like enough and things like that. So there's definitely something with that. With the 6 of Raphael, I definitely get the embracing your inner child, like coming back to this state in your mind of like freeing yourself. And it feels like spirit is kind of like trying to do this right now. They're trying to like scrub and cleanse all of the areas like where you had a lot of trauma, to bring neutrality to it. So it's like where maybe the way you behave is like ego based or something from your conditioning or things like that, like bringing it to a place of neutrality, and also bringing it to a place of awareness too, where you're no longer making choices from that. But there's also this emphasis on having more fun, like doing things for your inner child, like doing things that get you excited again, that you can have more fun, rather than waiting for spirit to like, you know, pop some energy for you for like all these great things to happen. Like in the moment, like what can I do that's fun? Like what can I do to bring out my inner child? And, you know, it could be as simple as going and blowing bubbles. It could be as simple as like going and running, you know, getting a fucking slip and slide, like going to like a park and going on the swings, you know. Like I tell people sometimes, especially perfectionists, or who, like, I say perfectionists because you know what I mean, but I don't mean it in a negative way, but like people that always have to be perfect. One of the tools that spirit has guided me with, one of the best things to do to like really embrace your inner child and really get out of that perfectionism is to get a coloring book and fucking scribble outside the lines. Just do your thing and just enjoy it and whatever. And then just be like, this is fun, and not worrying about being perfect and having to look all pretty and all that shit. Because if you think about kids, especially toddlers, they don't give a fuck. They're sitting there coloring it and they're like, oh, this is so cool. Look how pretty this looks. And they go show their parents, and their parents are like, yeah, that's cute. And in their mind, they're like, no, it's not. Like, you did a horrible job. But really, did they do a horrible job? They're using their imagination. They're using their creativity. And in that picture, they see all kinds of shit. They're like, do you see the shark? Do you see the bat? Do you see the banana? And you're like, uh-huh. And you don't see shit, because their imagination is so different. You know, as we're adults and we have all these things that we've gone through and all this conditioning, we kind of lose that innocence. And so that's what spirit is like wanting you to do, to bring that back to you. We have Knight of Michael and Queen of Ariel. It definitely feels like something is going to rush in pretty fast. It almost feels like you don't know what it is, though. You might be feeling some like nervousness or some, I don't want to say anxiety, but something like you can tell there's a big change coming, and it's positive. It's not negative at all. There's a big change coming. You might just not be sure what it is, but like you are being prepared for it right now. Spirit's saying like what you've been going through is preparing you for this. It feels like something that's going to come in, that's going, and I'm hearing like generous, happy, warm, which is interesting because that's kind of what King of Raphael said. But it feels like it's going to come in almost out of nowhere, like unexpected, like maybe where you're like feeling hopeless about it, or you're like, it's never going to happen. It's going to, you know, I need to wait this amount of time for this to transpire. And something's going to happen where there's going to be this wall or veil or something lifted, and it's just gonna be right in front of your face, and spirit's gonna show you like, no, we're not doing all these blockages and all this other extra shit anymore. Like, it's here. Like, you got this. Like, here, you know, whatever. But there's something with opening yourself up to receiving it. Opening yourself to receiving it. And it's definitely something that's going to happen in the physical world. It's not, you know, something that is like emotional. It's going to be something that physically comes in front of you, whether it's a relationship, a job, you know, going back to school, some type of opportunity. Some of you, like I said, abundance, some type of opportunity, relationship, job, something like that that's going to come, and it's just going to kind of just appear, and you're going to be like so excited, but you might be like a little nervous, but like spirit's like you're good. And that's why you got the first card. It's safe to trust. So the bottom, we got the Wheel, Ace of Air. Oh, I didn't even realize, you know, I don't even fucking like, I saw the top cards and I got all excited. We got the Wheel, Ace of Ariel, Page of Raphael, 4 of Raphael, 9 of Ariel. Yeah, there's definitely something like the wheel card, literally a new beginnings, ended delays, a change in direction that offers happiness. And Ace of Ariel is like literally like it says new resource of money, time, or support, a change in a job or promotion. It's your lucky day. So there's definitely something where there's going to be some. Come here. My cat decided to go in heat. Not decide to. She's in heat now. Sage. There's something where there's going to be a shift. Like I said, it feels very unexpected. I'm hearing very unexpected, where it's going to bring something in for you, something in the physical, something that's going to bring you kind of what you've been desiring. Some of you maybe looks a little different than what you're thinking it's going to be, but it's not different in like a crazy, different way. It might just look a little different than what you're expecting, but it's going to be better than what you're thinking it's going to be. It's almost like you never really had this idea, or spirit kind of blocked you from having this idea. So it's going to be like this element of surprise in it for some reason, where it's going to be something that is going to like excite you in some way. It's almost like, I'm not totally sure. Like, I'm going to give you the example, like that kind of popped in my head as soon as I started talking about that. Like, I have a crystal store. I've been wanting to move. I've been asking spirit, and I've been like looking. I haven't really found anywhere, and I have kind of like an idea of what I want it to look like. And it's almost like I'm going to have a store, but my vision of what the store is going to look like is going to be different, and it might have more to it, or it might be like a little bit different where I'm offering different services or more services or something else like that. That's what they're talking about. So it's not necessarily taking away from my vision. It's actually like adding to it, or it's like a little different than I think it's going to be. So that's like for me, but like for you guys, I hope that example, I don't know if that's happening for me, I'm just assuming, but that example is something like that. We have Page of Raphael, a new emotional situation, messages regarding relationships or social invitations, great intuitive insights. This feels like definitely something kind of coming out of the blue. Like it feels like a romantic relationship, or it feels like some type of emotional connection with somebody, like a healthy one, not like somebody from the past or somebody shitty. Like it feels like current stuff. And it feels like almost like they're going to say something to you kind of out of the blue that's unexpected, something, maybe profess their feelings for you, maybe kind of tell you what's been going on with them, something like that feels very emotional, very deep. And it feels like there's going to be some type of conversation some of you guys have, or maybe somebody that you have feelings for, or something like showing up for you and kind of surprising you. That's kind of what that feels like. Yeah, and if you notice, like this reminds me of the same thing. I don't really read the words on the bottom, and I don't really follow the meanings, but it feels like Spirit's been giving you signs about this. Like, honestly, it feels like Spirit's been giving you signs, even though maybe you're not physically seeing anything. You've been getting songs, you've been getting animals, numbers, something like that, or intuitive messages or something. But again, it looks like it's unexpected. You're paying attention here, and it's coming in here. For some of you, this might actually be a gift, some type of gift coming in. It could be a spiritual gift, it could be a physical gift, something like that, but it feels very calm, and it feels like almost like in this card, and what I'm kind of getting is almost like you're kind of like fantasizing and thinking about this, and it just kind of comes in when you're least expecting it, when you're, whatever. And I love this. The 9 of Ariel, your dreams are fulfilled. Hard work leads to great success. A love for beautiful things in life. This is like letting you know, like there's a cycle ending and something new is coming in. Like your dreams are fulfilled. You got new beginning and delays, and your dreams are fulfilled. And at the top of the deck, we have the King and the Queen, ending each thing. So I actually want to pull a lot of angel cards today. I brought my angel answers deck out too. I haven't used this one in a while, but I felt called to grab this one today. So, all right, let's see. I keep seeing the romance card, and then literally it came back on the bottom. So maybe love's in the air for some of you. That card just flew. Shut the fuck up. I don't know if you guys could see that. The card that literally just flew out, romance. I'm like, oh, a card flew out, and then yeah, it was upside down, so I didn't see it. I kept on seeing that card though, like 3 times. All right, you got remain positive on the bottom. And to me, this is sometimes like an offering, like this, it says remain positive, but sometimes when this card comes out, and kind of what I'm getting is still this like, oh my God. It's like you're just not even going to see this coming. It's so unexpected. Like you might have intuition or feeling, but it's almost like the way it's going to happen or how it's going to happen or something like that is going to come very unexpected. And it's going to be some type of like gift, some type of offer, some type of message, something like that. So we got romance, get more information, no need to worry. I don't know why I just thought of that lock key thing. Paris just literally popped in my head. So I don't know if there's something to do with like Paris or something like that. I don't know why it just like pops in my head. Yeah, there's definitely something with soulmate connections right now. It actually feels like your connection's turned off. Hold on. It feels like you are still either in contact or you still like feel each other, you still love each other or something, but almost like the energy has not been turned off, but like blocked, so you guys both can't feel it. There's something going on with you guys needing to learn lessons and human stuff within this connection, and that's why it's going to come back on. They're saying like it's going to come back on, but there's something with like the energetic connection being blocked for some reason right now. They're saying this is healthy relationships, not toxic people, not exes, like not like that. They're not talking about like unhealthy shit or toxic stuff. You could be in a relationship with this person, or you could just be friends, or, you know, something like that right now. But it just, yeah, it feels like there's something because you're individually going through lessons, but then your souls are going through lessons together too, is what I'm getting. They get more information and no need to worry. I love how it's like the masculine's like this, the feminine's like this. There's definitely something where it feels like the masculine is learning how to receive information, how to intuitively things and spiritual knowledge. I told you that with the first card. And it feels like the feminine is learning how to let things be and really trusting and having faith in her intuition. Because it almost feels like both of you guys are being blocked from messages, maybe about this connection or something. Like I said, you could be in a relationship or not. I mean, it feels like soulmates. So it feels like the divine masculine and feminine, like soulmates, light worker stuff. So that's interesting. All right, maybe that's why I wanted to pull that card, that deck or something. But yeah, they're like laughing. They're like, what are you guys worrying about? Like, you're good. You know that. So, all right. We'll see. We shall see. What's the card that was at the top? Archangel Michael, protection, release, God sent divine love. Come on. Like, it literally was just like sticking out. That's why I was like, let me grab that. All right. God sent divine love. Just saying. Oops, that one's coming out. Okay, wow, that's a lot of cards. Like that. Hold on. Okay, one more. Okay, you got disconnect, detached from 3D world, messages from higher self, inner peace. Oh, I meant to say this earlier, and I think that's why this card is right here, is really disconnecting. Let me rephrase that. Using discernment with the messages you're getting and shit you're hearing, whether it's, you know, through me, another reader, whether it's online or whatever. If it doesn't apply to you, do not make it apply to you, okay? The other thing I've noticed on social media the last few days, which is why I've been kind of staying off of it, there's a lot of tunnel vision, black and white thinking with people, where it's like, I even saw something, was it yesterday, the day before, and it was talking about, what the hell was it talking about? Something with relationships. And it said, well, if this, then this, you know, like if somebody does this, that means they don't care. If somebody does that, and it's very, very distorted ways of thinking. It's very conditioned, you know, trauma-based ways of thinking. If somebody doesn't do this, it doesn't mean this. That's just an assumption based on your own reality of shit that's happened to you. It could mean 10 other fucking things that's going on with somebody. You know, that's where there's communication and stuff like that, where you have those conversations with people. But I've noticed that a lot more, that there's a lot of that information where it's very like black and white, like tunnel, like I said, and it's like there's really no open to interpretation. And I think sometimes what happens is people will read that information and they'll be like, oh, this is from a legitimate source, so it must be true. And you know, it's not really like conscious, it's more so like subconscious. But the other problem is, you know, when shit's triggering you and you're taking everything literal, and you're taking the wisdom and advice of a meme or somebody else's account or something like that, that's not healthy for you to do. Like, there's something with that, like, where, because I got this message from Spirit earlier, and then I just got busy and I didn't have time to actually post about it. But there was some, and I might still do a post about it later. But there's something with that where it's like not listening to everything you're reading, seeing, hearing, and stuff like that, like really using your own discernment to see, does this apply or does this not? Or kind of, asking those questions and like really going within and saying like, does this seem like it fits my situation or does it not? Because you could really take what somebody says and try to apply it to any of your situations. Does it mean it's like the right advice? Does it mean it's the right answer? No. And especially, the thing people don't realize too is like a lot of people do certain things because of trauma. Some people it's conscious, some people it's subconscious. It doesn't mean shit. Like if you think about like an anxious and avoidant, it might have had something to do with that. I'm not totally sure. But if you think about somebody who's an anxious attachment and you think about somebody who's an avoidant attachment, which a lot of times people don't realize this, they usually mirror each other, but not only do they mirror each other with relationships, they actually switch roles. So sometimes the anxious becomes avoidant and the avoidant becomes anxious. And so like when you're putting like a really fixed mentality, so like somebody who's avoidant, when you're talking about something that triggers them or is upsetting to them, they might not want to have a conversation at that time. And so an anxious person might want to have that conversation and feel like this person isn't caring about me because they're not talking to me, right? And then you go read something online. It's like if somebody loves you and cares about you, they'll listen to everything you say and they'll, always blah, 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 blah. Here's the thing. Not everybody has the emotional energy and capacity to be able to handle shit like that. Sometimes an avoidant person will walk away from a conversation, hopefully in a respectful manner, or hopefully you guys have good communication and you already know that about each other. And like they need their space, you need your space. So it's like when you're sitting there and saying, oh, they, like online, like, oh, this person must not love me because they don't do this. Like, no, this person has an issue with staying in those situations because they're really uncomfortable because of shit that probably happened to them growing up. And so what it is instead of reading that online and just assuming somebody doesn't care, it's having that conversation and looking at what are your actual needs. Do I need this in a relationship? So how can I ask, this anxious, and I'm just using avoidant because I feel like that's the easiest one to use, this avoidant person to come and meet me in the middle and we both get our needs met. So it's having those conversations rather than assumptions that somebody doesn't care, rather than assumptions that, people don't like you, people don't care, people don't, whatever. Like we could assume so many different things and we always assume what we've already been through, what we already know. And so that's the same thing with shit you're seeing online. So there's something with that, but it's really important for you to like check in with yourself when you're reading shit, especially when you're like relating to stuff or something's triggering you, and really asking those questions like, what is the need here? What am I not getting met? Or what do I need, to ask for? What do I need to communicate? And with an anxious and an avoidant, like especially with communication, I'm guessing somebody's going through this because they keep wanting me to talk about it like this. The anxious person likes to talk about things and they want to get it done, which I'm actually both. It depends on the situation, but more so I'm usually on the anxious, sometimes secure side, but more so on the anxious. And so I need to talk about it to make sure everything's okay. Like you're not going to leave, you're not going to fall apart, like whatever. So like for me, what I try to do is like when something's going on, because sometimes I want to run away from the conversation too. It depends on what it is, because I could feel myself getting triggered and it's uncomfortable and I can't handle it. So those conversations, I'm like, give me a minute. And I take a few deep breaths and I'm like, all right, I'm going to sit in this and I'm going to have this conversation with you instead of running. When I'm anxious and a person needs space from me, that's when I'm going to communicate like, look, like I'm going to give you some space. I know you need it, but can we like talk about this in a few hours? Like, can we like kind of set a time frame where you can have your space, but I can also not be sitting in this. And in that time period, when I'm in that anxious energy, working through it, validating myself, seeing why I'm getting triggered, what those needs are, and having that conversation internally with myself. So it's really having communication with people. It's really saying like, look, this is what I need, rather than just making assumptions somebody doesn't give a fuck. So hopefully that helped whoever needed that. Obviously, fit it to whatever works for you, but okay. We got Hawkeye, Chakra Healing, Archangel Gabriel, Crave, Observe, not absorb, Patience, Supreme Protection, Energetic Cords. There is definitely something with you guys learning how to have faith in certain situations of things that you're not seeing in front of your face. Something with that and like having faith with it. With the Chakra Healing, Archangel Gabriel, and Crave, they all feel like they're going together. It's like there's going to be some type of shift in perspective. As you're healing and things are coming to your awareness, there's going to be some type of shift in in perspective. And whatever this is, because the Crave card is toxic habits, addictions, clouded vision, there's going to be something that kind of balances out and you're going to see something positive. It's like you're kind of, I'm being shown like this, not dark energy like negative, but there's this like cloud around you where you're not really seeing stuff clearly. And there is a reason for that. And it's because you are clearing stuff and you're learning stuff and you're growing. But there's something to do with this where some of you guys have addictive cycles and it's almost just like you're going to somehow be able to snap out of them once you shift something. There's going to be some type of shift and you're almost just going to be like, I don't even want this anymore. Something like that. You know, what's interesting with the observe, not absorb on the left and the energetic cords on the right, you have energy, vampires, boundaries, stagnant energies. And on the right, you have energetic cords, removal of toxic people and habits, release. And right above that, you have crave, which is toxic habits, addictions, clouded vision. This more so feels like energetically, there's clearing of old energy that happened. There's clearing of energetic cords. I think I said this in the beginning, people that you've ended relationships with recently in the last, I would say like 2021, in the last few months, there's going to be cords cut. It's like karmic contracts that you have with people that are going to be cut. You're going to finish a lesson, a cycle, and it's going to kind of cut and you're going to get closure and you're going to feel at peace with it. But I also get that there's something that you've been waiting for. There's something that you're keep waiting for, and it's happening for you. And like with the Supreme Protection card, it says open heart, safety, destined life defense. It feels like they want you to know that whatever, even if you're worried about it because it hasn't come in the time or you're not seeing it in front of you, like whatever is destined for you is going to happen. Like you don't need to hold on to it, worry about it, anything like that. It's never going to pass you by. Like it will always come for you. So they just want you to trust. They want you to try to surrender and try to go with the flow. Like, because they see like the timing of everything. They see the full picture of stuff that we don't always see. So there's definitely something with that too, with, look, it's on the bottom. Definitely something with that, with the destined life events, like it's going to come for you. Like they just want you to know, like it's safe. It's going to come for you. Even if maybe you're not seeing it right now, even if you saw it before or something like that. Feels like maybe people who are like lacking like optimism or faith or something because fertility just flat, because changes or things like that going on, or there was messages about it and now you're not, or something like that. I don't know. Damn. We got authority on the bottom, which is usually like the divine masculine card, or the emperor card. I'm getting he's coming into his power. Like he's really coming into his energetic power and his truth and like seeing things more clearly, or he's about to be. So we got third eye chakra, accelerated motion, fulfillment of wishes, fertility, triumphant success, triumph, right next to triumphant success, spiritual union, and material harvest. What is up with this? I'm telling you guys, this is very much like the romance card, if you noticed. There's definitely something with you trusting what your intuition is. When you're, it's almost like some of you guys, this is like the wish upon a star kind of thing. It's almost like some of you guys have had visions, thoughts, desires for something. And it's like surrendering that, like what you have seen or what you have felt is true, is real. It feels like some type of fear that maybe you've been working through to help you, hold on. It's like some type of fears you've been working through that it's like your past. Like some of you guys are worried about your past coming back or something, or like somebody's going to be the same as this person because there's maybe similarities or different things like that. If it's healthy, it's healthy. You know, is it consistent? Is it healthy? Is there open communication? Is there trust? Is there safety? You know, are your needs getting met? Are you discussing it? If they are, how is it being handled? Whoever needs that, like shit like that's important. So there's something though with like trusting the signs you're getting, trusting the intuitive nudges and feelings you're getting, even though it's not fully, like those are coming in to show you that your manifestation is going to come true. We got fulfillment of wishes and fertility right next to that. Fulfillment of wishes, literally your dream coming true, which you got with the 9 of Ariel also, which is a 9 card too. It's like, this is coming for you. Like your desire is coming for you. The fertility card, to me, this is very much about the feminine energy and opening yourself up to receiving, receiving this to come in. You know, if you're not ready to receive it, or you're too scared to receive it, or don't think you're deserving or worthy, you might push it back. You might run in fear. And a lot of times it's subconscious. Like we sabotage and we do certain things, you know, thinking that we could push it away, and people do it all the time. So a lot of times it's not really conscious. So it's like you guys getting to that stability, and they're showing me the foundation is being laid. Like that foundation that we were breaking up, I think it was in August, like it's pretty laid on the ground right now. You're about to be building the house up, but the foundation is pretty solid. They're literally showing me just this foundation slab for a house that's about to be built. So that's like what you guys were working toward, and you're there. Like you have the foundation now. So there's definitely something with that. And like some of you guys are still opening yourself up, and they're showing me the key with the lock in the heart and it opening again. So they're kind of being a little like not sharing too much, but there's a reason for that. I'm not totally sure why, but I guess we don't need to know. So you got triumphant success, triumph. So to me, this is like you're pulling yourself out of the ground, like you've been through a hard cycle and there's something new coming and you're about to like be finished. And I told you guys, like a lot of you are at the end of cycles, and it's something going to race in for you. We got a few horses with the flag racing in the first deck. There's definitely something that's going to be coming in, and it's going to be coming in fast. Some of you, it's unexpected. We got spiritual union, material harvest. So for some of you, this is definitely, I'm getting divine masculine and feminine coming into union. This to me, I actually get masculine manifesting this relationship. The masculine somehow trying to manifest this relationship, literally trying to manifest it, or asking spirit for like information, how to make this happen so he can like charge in. I'm not totally sure. For some of you, it definitely feels like just like this, almost like this energy together where you're coming back into harmony with each other, coming back into balance with each other, and it's going to bring you guys to the next stage of your relationship, or it's going to bring you, and I'm seeing like a step up. So it's going to bring you to some type of next level within your relationship. A lot of you guys I'm getting to, or you're getting on the same energetic wavelength with each other. So telepathic communication is going to be opening up for some of you guys soon, if it hasn't already. Or if it went away, you might have telepathically communicated before. It kind of went away. It's going to be opening itself back up. Some of you guys are going to be feeling the sexual energy with each other more too. Definitely your sacral chakra, they're saying some of it's going to be opening up as well. So we're going to pull from one final deck and get some last messages and say, just so you know, I am doing the giveaway winner. I was typing all the names from like Facebook and Instagram. I had to type a bunch of lists because I'm going to stick it in a random generator. So I had to like retype all that. But I'm going to be doing those today. I'm going to pull today. I got most of them typed up. So, all right. Love it. We got signs on the bottom telling you, like, you guys are definitely getting signs. Like, pay attention to the signs and spiritual guidance you're receiving. Repeating angel numbers, songs, and animals have a message. Spirit is trying to tell you something. Pay attention to your dreams. Soul mission, light worker, healing angels are with you. Definitely some of you pay attention to your dreams. We got intuition, earth angel, balance, and trust. So definitely a lot with your intuition. We got the third eye chakra in the same spot, and we got like, you know, highest priestess too. There's definitely something with you guys really trusting your intuition. And I love how earth angel came out too, because I told you, like, it feels like the divine masculine might be working with an earth angel or angel, something like that, to open up to his gifts a little bit more and to come into his intuition. But this feels like both energies. It doesn't just feel like the masculine. It feels like a lot of people, especially who are in this cycle that I'm talking about, are actually, even if they don't necessarily feel their intuition as strongly as they have been, or they've been, oh, I think a butterfly just flew by, or they've been kind of blocked a little bit, there is something with your spiritual gifts expanding. You just needed to clear or heal something beforehand for something else to open up. It feels like your gifts are going to come back in, and they're going to come back in pretty calmly and stuff, but it's not that they're not there. It's just not blocked, but kind of blocked a little bit. It's going to open you up and expand something even bigger for the next part of your mission, for the next part of your life cycle. So we got balance and trust. There's definitely something, I told you, with the balance and stuff, especially with the masculine and feminine. And it literally says balancing your masculine and feminine energy. There's definitely something with that in the sun and the moon, and some type of balance coming, like balancing out like fears versus like moving forward with things, masculine and feminine, just really coming into your truth and your energy, but trusting, surrendering to the process. And what I'm getting, and I'll tell you why I picked this card too. This is also what I'm getting from Spirit. When I made this card specifically, It's because when you think about it, right, you're walking on ice, especially if you're seeing it melting, especially if you're seeing it crack, like you're going to be scared to walk on this ice. Most people are. And the thing is, if spirit is telling you to do something, even though maybe it looks like it's not safe, even though it maybe looks and doesn't feel like it's going to be something that you're going to feel safe or something that's going to be good, spirit's guiding you and they're helping you, and they're never going to let you fall through the ice. They're never going to let you fall through the cracks. Like, they will keep you safe. They will guide you. They will help you. So even though maybe it seems like all this shit's falling apart and like, you know, nothing is going the way you think it is, just because you're not seeing the path, just because you're not seeing what you need to see to feel safe, does not mean that you're not being guided the way you're supposed to be guided. So there's this emphasis on trusting and like knowing that spirit will hold you up, they'll lift you up, they'll have your back, they're not going to let you fall, like you're good. So there's definitely something with that. Let me read you the card. They want me to read the cards. So balance, finding your inner balance, balancing your masculine and feminine energy, reciprocity, don't give or take more than you should, say no when you want to. Say no when you don't want to do something, authenticity and truth, and then you got trust. Surrender and allow things to flow naturally. Release control due to a lack of trust. Work on your inner child wounds. Feeling safe. Put down your masculine shield. It is safe to trust. You are divinely protected. So we got the it's safe to trust multiple times. I feel like a masculine needs to hear that. It is, yes, it is safe to trust. It is not like the other person. For some reason, they're saying that, like, no, she or he is not like the other person. Or so I'm getting she, but like the divinely protected, like whatever this is protected. Like, you know that intuitively too. Like, you already intuitively know like that, like you're good. Even if you're not seeing it in front of your face or you're not understanding how it's going to unfold, you don't need to know that. Allow it to just happen. So I hope that this message helps. If you guys do want to book a reading, you can send me a message on Facebook or Instagram at Gaia Spiritual Healing. I am doing readings again in store, and I am doing them through video chat. So if you want one, send me a message. And then, yeah, definitely look on the page on Facebook and Instagram. I'm going to pull the winners and let you guys know who won the card deck and the crystals and all that stuff. So anyway, hope you guys all have an awesome day. So much love and light to you.